Hello and welcome to Driving Double Feature Podcast. I'm Nathan.
I'm Ryan.
And this is the podcast where we cover 2 movies a week every Tuesday and Thursday. But before we get into this week's movie, I want to talk to you about our Patreon. If you head over to patreon.com/Driving Double Feature Podcast, just for $5 a month, you help support the podcast, but you also get fun bonus content like conversations. There's a video of Ryan doing a backflip. Maybe. I don't think that got posted yet, but that'll get posted whenever we hit, what do we say, like
No, the
2
file was
patrons?
corrupted for the
Oh, it
file
got
was corrupted.
it was corrupt. Dang it. Well, we'll have to get you over here in front of my
Mm.
camera to do a backflip sometime soon. You do them all the time. It'll be easy.
Mhm.
But getting into today's movie, this Tuesday, we're talking about City on Fire from 1987, directed by Ringo Lam. It stars Chow Yun-fat, Danny Lee, and Sun Yo. So City on Fire. Have you heard of this movie before, Ryan?
I never have.
Yeah, I've always been interested in this movie because I had always heard that Reservoir Dogs, the Tarantino movie, is a ripoff of City on Fire. Yeah, and I've always heard that. And it's a thing. There's like a short film that edits like this and Reservoir Dogs together to show their comparisons. And I've always been like, okay, I've always wanted to see it. And then Criterion Channel added it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe it's time. Let me say,
Which one of the robbers is Steve Buscemi?
uh, um, I don't know, one of the ones that died first. Yeah. Well, here's
Well,
the
Steve
thing.
Buscemi. No, Steve Buscemi got away in the end.
Oh, you're right. Nobody gets away at the end of this movie. I forgot that Steve Buscemi, he just like runs away, right? At one point, like
Yeah.
he just gets out of it. Well, we don't know his full fate, do we?
No, we don't.
Yeah, okay. But I guess in an interview, Tarantino did get asked, like, did you rip off of this movie? And he gave a speech, and let me find it because I think it's really funny. Um,
He
all
was
right.
just like waiting for the day somebody would ask him this question.
Yeah. I love City on Fire. I have the poster for it framed in my house. It's a great movie. I steal from every movie. I steal from every single movie ever made. I love it. If my work has anything, it's that I'm taking this from if my work has anything, it's that I'm taking this from this and that from that and mixing them together. And if people don't like them, then tough titty. Don't go and see it, all right? I steal from everything. Great artists steal. They don't do homages. So he was upfront about it. But here's the thing. I was expecting just like a complete blatant ripoff. This is the Reservoir Dogs is like if the end of this movie was made into a full movie. Like if he saw the end of this one and was like, "Oh, I can make a movie out of the ending." That's what it's like. I don't know because you might have not known this going in. Did you get any Reservoir Dogs feelings while watching it?
No, my radar for that did not tick at all.
See, and I feel like it would be way more obvious the way people talk about it. And for me, it was like, oh, it's actually kind of sad that this movie for a lot of people is known because of that. Because City on Fire is actually a really good action movie. And it kind of like for a lot of people in North America to know it as a stolen movie, I think that's a little, I don't know, that's kind of bad. I feel like that gives it a way more harmful recognition in the end. And I saw the look on your face. I said this was a good action movie. And you were like, oh, oh no, is this a disagree episode? Huh?
Yeah, it's a disagree.
Ooh.
I kind of thought this movie was boring.
Okay, yeah, and I'm actually interested in hearing your like the conversation on that because I definitely could see that. So this is a cop movie, of course, an undercover.
Nathan was just like, oh my, he was just like rubbing his hands together. It's like cop movie. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I love a good cop movie, especially when they're undercover. So we do have an undercover cop, played by Chow Yun-fat, who he's kind of a sleazeball. That's all we can learn about him at first, and he loves to smoke a cigarette. But everyone's smoking cigarettes in this movie. Uh, he has a woman that works at a bar, and it's kind of like a she hates him, he loves her, but they respect each other kind of deal. So in the middle of all this, there's that romance. But on the side, he has to be undercover and basically get into this robbery ring. I bring up the romance because I do think I could probably point to that to being a weaker part of this movie.
Well, yeah, it's just they don't really have much chemistry. Like, it kind of reminded me of the romance from like Police Story a
Mm,
little bit, where it's just like, he like the guy's kind of like a screw up, or he always says the wrong thing, and like the woman is always like very naggy type of thing, or just like
yes.
uh so it's just like they seem very wrong for each other, but it's just like, oh, but they're in love type of thing. So it's
Yeah.
that's kind of the typical romance. I guess if they were wanting, I would have hoped for a little more passion maybe
Maybe
on that
just a
aspect.
little. Yeah, because there's like a scene later where, he has to move the date of their wedding because he has to be undercover and he can't say why he's undercover. And she kind of gets upset about it, but it almost gets forgotten about at some point. Well, because she ends up leaving the country. She leaves for another country while he's undercover.
With another man, yeah.
Yeah, with another man. I thought that was a funny scene where, she's on a date with another man at the bar and he goes in and like just breaks it up and then like beats the crap out of him as the cops are trying to take him in. And I think the line he says is, "Oh, it's just assault. That's not a big deal." And they're like, "No, we're
Hmm.
taking you in on something worse," which I think is kind of funny. Uh,
Isn't that the guy too, like that she ended up going with, like
yeah.
to like the States with? It's just like the guy. He's like, oh, I didn't know you were into roasted pork.
Yeah, I don't know, which is funny. But I think like all the other moments with that is kind of blah. But I do like that reveal because that's how we find out that's how he is an undercover cop because you think he's getting arrested for this murder that happens at the beginning of the movie where a guy gets stabbed in public. Um, but no, it's like, hey, we're bringing you in so you can go undercover again. And so he's going to become a part of this robbery ring. And there's this really, I don't know, I thought this robbery was really good. The very first one where the gang gets together and they pull up cars and they have to attack the security guard downstairs while everybody else is upstairs stealing these jewels.
Don't get me wrong. There's things I do like about this
Yeah.
movie. The robbery scenes in this movies were very compelling. I really enjoyed the cinematography of that. I like the little play out, like, the soundtrack for the movie, you have like this like crazy saxophone going
Yeah.
throughout the whole movie.
Insane. Just
And
like just blaring the whole time.
yeah, and what I like too is like they kind of blended the soundtrack from the movie to like this homeless man that was like playing a saxophone outside, and you
Yeah.
could kind of see him just blowing the horn and everything. And then they go in there, and it's a very clumsy kind of robbery at first. Like
Mm.
the people are there flying over the tables, they're pushing them against the walls and everything, just to add to the realism of it. So I really did enjoy the bank robbery scenes.
Gotcha. So you probably were excited for the rest of the movie because his movie does slow down after that point, right?
Hmm.
It's a movie about him trying to be a part of this gang and earning their trust. So it does drop a lot of the action. Because his job is to be a gun supplier. So it's kind of it's about him being like, I don't want to be undercover anymore. This is the last time I'm going to do anything like this. And you have a police chief who's a bit older and a younger guy that's also working for him that kind of wants his job. So you have a little bit of police force drama behind it all. Um, but yeah, so he makes these deals to get them guns, and he eventually does earn their trust. If there's one thing that I think could be improved here, is that maybe it goes a little. I know you say boring. Personally, I feel like maybe it goes through it a little
I
too fast because I feel like their trust at the very end of the movie in him isn't well earned. I don't because I feel like it's not sold well enough that this group of criminals have become to trust him.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like their relationship with each other is like all that strong. And then all of a sudden, like the one guy at the end, he's just like, "How could you do this?" Like, like it's
Yeah.
like completely just like flabbergasted. Like, because even like when it starts getting towards like the end, where they're like, who was the traitor? There's an imposter
Mhm.
among us, and
Oh my
the
God. It's
theme
like my
song
favorite
plays.
movie. Oh yeah, I gotta put it in now. That's such a dated reference now.
But you know, then everybody like it's like, well, hey, it's got to be the new guy. The new guy did it, like there's nobody else that would ever fail. But like the one guy is just like, no, there's no way he would ever do that. Like he is completely solid.
Yeah, he's a good, even the guy who's been in the criminal business for like 30 plus years, he's like, I don't make mistakes like that. This guy is the traitor. So like you hear this, yeah, this is Reservoir Dogs. The ending of this movie is the whole plot of Reservoir Dogs where the traitor, except we know who, no, it's been a little bit since I watched Reservoir Dogs, but we do know that he is the traitor at pretty, like, it happens in the middle of the movie, right?
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Orange is the
Yeah.
traitor. So
Yeah.
they are Tim Roth's character
Yeah,
is the but we do find out because we see like the flashbacks of him like being told to go undercover and him like
mhm.
joining the gang and that sort of thing.
Yeah, where this we actually follow the traitor, and the whole time we know he is the traitor. But he's in on the final robbery, which God, it actually kind of shocked me. The final, it's just a regular jewelry store. They rob it, but just things go just wrong. An alarm is set because the cops kind of jumped the gun a little bit early on it. And this young woman just gets like shot like 50 times in the store, just like over and
Uh,
over.
there's some surprisingly brutal scenes in this movie where it's just
Yeah.
like the one guard during like the first heist just gets like shot point blank like right in the forehead and it just like splatters all over the wall.
Yeah, same with the knife kill at the very beginning. I can't, this guy is
Hmm.
stabbed in the middle of the street with a knife multiple times and it shoots all over like this plastic like tarp. Yeah, it seems like that. And I think there's like a lot of style. It's definitely a stylish movie. A lot of neon lights, a lot of like blues and reds. It's got that Hong Kong feeling for sure. Um, which like I honestly it reminds me of a John Woo movie, but it's not John Woo. It's Ringo Lam, who I get this is my first movie from him, but this is his most popular movie. He has like five other movies with On Fire in the title. I think there's like Prison on Fire. There's Prison on Fire 2. I know that. So I guess this
Fire
became
on
his.
fire.
You know what? He should have. He also made, what is it called again? He made the American movie Simon Says with Dennis Rodman. You remember that one?
No.
Yeah, Dennis
I mean,
Rodman and Dane
I,
Cook.
oh God.
So yeah. I mean, like Dane Cook, perfect action movie star, right?
So you think Chow Yun-fat, Dane Cook,
I wish. I wish that's like the team
what?
up of a century.
Oh wait, there was that one Chow Yun-fat buddy cop movie where he did with like Sean William Scott,
Oh yeah, yeah. That
Bullet,
was
Bullet,
yeah,
Bulletproof Monk.
but that was like a big deal. Like that movie actually did well, if I remember right, or at least I always saw it in video stores.
I I saw it a lot in video stores and like the used DVD bins or whatever, and I always just assumed people didn't like it. But
That could be it.
I,
Remember he was also in one where his co-star was Mira Sorvino.
oh yeah.
What the hell is
Oh,
that? Why would they just put him with anybody?
oh, and don't forget he also played Master Roshi in Dragon Ball Evolution.
Well, yeah, of course. That's his most notable role at the
Hmm.
movies. He's an interesting guy. I think, like, honestly, I don't think he's a great actor in this movie. He's cheesy, but he's one of those people that just is a personality that's like hard to like not enjoy watching in a movie.
Yeah, this is not, I mean, I've seen Hard Boiled, I've seen The
Yeah,
Killers, so he can be a really good action star in this one, but I didn't really think he was all that compelling in this movie.
he could have been better. I feel like I feel like there needed to be a little more depth to make that ending better. I liked what's there. I just almost feel like it could have been better because it's all building up to this final robbery that does go wrong, and they're back and they're bunkered down, and all the cops are shooting at them, trying to get them out, and they're all fighting about who the traitor was, who was the one who set it all off. And I feel like there could have been a lot more to give that depth. And now I sound like Tarantino. No wonder Tarantino was like, "Oh, well, what if this was the movie? It would have, the impact of the movie would be a lot stronger."
Once again, Tarantino makes all movies better.
I think
He
so. I
just makes
think
the
so.
bet. He makes the better version of every movie.
Yeah, Kill Bill was better than every martial arts and anime movie that ever came out.
Hmm.
That yeah, Kill Bill is my favorite anime. Do you think I can get away with that one?
I'm sure somebody would agree with you.
I'm sure someone out there. Um, but no, so yeah, it all builds up to that, and there's this guy that's like really vouching for him, saying because Chow Yun-fat, he's like, oh, my girlfriend's in Hawaii, and together after we get out of this, we'll go to Hawaii. Um, but of course, actually, he dies, which I was surprised that he dies at the end of this movie, and the guy that he promised to keep or take to Hawaii gets arrested. It works out for nobody. It's like really depressing.
It ends on a completely downer note, because they eventually do, Chow Yun-fat eventually does reveal he's like, I'm actually the traitor of the
Yeah.
group, and he's just like, what? No, just like how could and like he has a point where he could just like blow Chow Yun-fat away, but
Hmm.
he doesn't, and like the police just kind of unload on this building, even though that's
Hmm.
like the older inspector's like, what are you doing? Like, you're
Yeah,
shooting
well,
the suspect.
yeah, he's like, you're shooting, there's a cop in there, and they're pretty much just like, we don't care because they're gonna put him in prison anyway. That was like the plan the whole time.
Yeah. So because of all that, from his wounds and stuff, he ends up dying.
Yep. So yeah, downer ending. Crime doesn't pay people. We learned this once again. But no, for me, I like the style of this movie. I don't think it's a
Well,
perfect
I do.
movie.
Hold on, before you go into the
No
ending
wrap up.
bit. No, not wrapping up just yet. I want to mention the scene at the very, very end where, it's just like
Yeah,
a,
of
a
course.
complete, like, you have this really somber ending, like that's just like they got the criminal, sure, but like our hero is dead.
Hmm.
And then like the inspector, just like the old guy, just like picks up like a random brick that's on the ground and just like caves in this dude's head, like just like the
Yeah.
younger inspector that was trying to get his job, just because he was basically just like, he used like brute force when he didn't have to. He used like all these methods where it could have been a much more
Hmm.
peaceful option. And he just like grabs this brick and just like obliterates this guy's head.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. But I actually thought you were gonna bring up how it ends on like a smiling Chow Yun Fat, and it's like slow
Yeah, that
mo.
was a weird ending too.
Yeah, I swear, I bet you whoever produced this movie is like, come on, just at least give us a happy note at the end. So they just put that in there of slow mo Chow Yun Fat smiling. Not the only movie this week to end on a slow mo smile. By the way, a little hint. Uh, but
No, no. And that also reminds me of the end of Police Story, like when like the other, or like they just beat the crap out of like the one guy that's just like, no, no, it's assault, like the lawyer comes in
oh yeah.
and like it basically just like, you guys use police brutality, it's like, I'm gonna put you all away, and then Jackie Chan just beats the crap out of him and throws him into a glass case.
Hell yeah. Which, we need to go back to that series. We did Police Story, what? Like, that was like in our first 10 episodes.
And that was like 3 years ago at this point. Yeah.
Oh my God. I've already forgotten that whole piece of crap movie. You know what? Let's not bring it back.
You don't even, I remember the day we watched that movie together, Nathan. You came
Yeah.
over, we had pizza, we watched
Yeah.
that and
And
Willard in the
Willard.
same day.
Yeah, I think we weren't even, did we not even plan to like watch one? I don't think we planned to watch Willard, right? We were
Or
just like, just put it on.
we just planned to hang out, and then we're just like, just watch movies.
It's that easy, right? I don't think
Yeah.
we've really done that again.
No.
That's a well, Cocaine Bear.
What? Well, I came over to your house. We watched Tumbleweeds.
Yeah, we did. Well, we didn't cover tumbleweeds on here.
Oh, wow.
We
That's a
should have.
winner. We should. We
Yeah.
should have.
Well, we'll do it again eventually. But anyway, I like the style of City on Fire. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but I think overall I like the feeling, I like the look, I think the music is cool. I kind of see what it's set up to influence not only Reservoir Dogs, of course, but I think it would go on to influence a lot of undercover cop movies. And there's something about it that I do appreciate it. So I'd give it a light recommend personally. Now, what about you, Ryan?
Uh, I I do enjoy the style and the tone of this movie, and I like the soundtrack. I like this little like song number we get from this one woman. She's just like
Oh
blaring out
yeah.
like a tune in a club, and I do enjoy certain aspects of this movie. However, I just think like the momentum and stuff really kind of dies like after like that first robbery, and it just
Mhm.
kind of goes to like a real big halt for me. And it just goes into like this more dramatic, more melodrama side. And I was thinking like, oh wow, this is just going to keep building and building up, and it's going to get crazier. And it does end in a really good heist scene at the end and the shootout. But I guess after I was kind of teased a little bit, I was wanting a little more. So for me, it wouldn't be like a total not recommend, but I would go for a not recommend.
Okay, gotcha. And I gotta ask, did you watch this with a group of people?
Yes,
How did they feel about it? I gotta hear this now. I gotta hear the people's reactions.
they didn't like it neither.
That's so funny. I feel like we show them a lot of movies they don't like,
Probably.
and that's kind of
But
fun.
yeah. So I mean, it's just it was kind of like I said, and maybe I'm just like getting kind of influenced by these group watches. I don't know, but it's just like
Hmm.
I've been enjoying watching them that way too.
No, it's always fun to watch people or movies with other people. I think that's a great way to do it. Um,
Hmm.
but I do think that wraps it up for this one. But Ryan, remind
Yes.
us what we're covering on Thursday.
Well, Nathan, we're going to be talking about Capricorn 1, which is streaming on Tubi right now.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to watch that one. And if you want to email us at driveanddoubleFeaturePodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to like and subscribe to us on YouTube or rate us, whatever it is, wherever you're listening to this podcast. We would appreciate it. But until next time.
Until next time.